I'm going to start with the piano. I was at lunch and he called me and said, love, I have a gift coming over to your house tomorrow. You need to be there. Well, it all started with this. This is my guitar that recorded Hints and Allegations.
I'm Katie Daryl, and we are at Home and Social with Ed Roland of Collective Soul. Ed, I see you're sitting at a piano, right?
Yeah.
Or do you just have a mirror underneath you?
No, it's the piano. Is it too weird?
No, I love it.
How's
I
my
love it.
reflection?
I just want, I mean, I can see that there's some coolness around you, and I wanted to see if you would play a game of Rock and Tell. Rock and Tell is just like Show and Tell from kindergarten, but you are going to show us some rock memorabilia and tell us and take us down memory lane a little bit.
Well, you set that up perfectly. I don't know how you knew that. Well, I'm going to
It's
start
like
with
I'm a
the piano.
professional.
I'm going to start with the piano because
Okay,
growing up, my first introduction into rock and roll, well, I grew up, my dad being a minister, I grew up in gospel and hymns, and we were allowed to, when we were allowed, they just loved Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, and but that was my parents' love, which is my love also. But the first record I saved my money from allowance and went and bought, I remember it was a Richway, and they had Olivia Newton-John, John Denver, and Elton John. And I remember there's a lot of Johns in this music business right now. And the Elton John Greatest Hits he looked so cool in that white tux. And I go, I'm going to give it a chance. And if you know ministry or religion, my father was flamboyant and,
Right.
you got to get that message across. I was like, I like this cat already. And I'll never forget the first time I put the needle on the record. And I believe the first one is your song. And I was like, I want to be a songwriter. I want to be like Elton and Bernie. And it literally clicked that quick for me. So to have Elton be my hero from the pop standpoint was just a great learning lesson. And from there, I learned the Beatles. I didn't know anything about the Beatles, from their ELO, things like that. And I during the time when we broke, which was 94, grunge was big. And we were very Southern small town boys, and people would do interviews and they go, "Who's your favorite artist?" I go, "Elton John," which was at the time not what
grunge.
It was so not grunge. And I'll never forget, we were at Woodstock '94, and somebody came over with a phone and said, "Somebody wants to talk to you," and it was Elton, because I'd been saying that. He lived in Atlanta also, so he and I became friends. So anyway, getting back to that, I was leaving on tour in 1999, and I just had dinner with him. I was leaving.
Him
I had
being
lunch.
Elton John, for those who just tuned in. I'm
Elton
going to
John.
name drop for you.
Well,
Elton John.
I don't care anymore. I didn't say anything for 20 years because I didn't want to name drop, but I don't care anymore because not many people have this story. So I was at lunch and he called me and said, love, I have a gift coming over to your house tomorrow. You need to be there. And I said, well, I got to leave on tour tonight, so I won't be there. He goes, somebody's got to be there. And I thought it was like flowers. We get gifts like that.
Sure.
And about 5 minutes later, he called and he goes, I just got to tell you what I got you. And I said, what? He goes, a grand piano. So I'm sitting at the grand piano that Elton John gave me.
Wow.
Your musical hero. And the coolest thing, I said, Elton, I can't take that. He goes, yes, you can, and yes, you will. And the only thing I ask is that you write songs on it.
We are playing a game called Rock and Tell. It's like Show and Tell, but with rock memorabilia. That was item number 1. Give me number 2.
Rock memorabilia. Well, it all started with this. This is my guitar that recorded Hints and Allegations. Old Rickenbacker. Because I'm from Atlanta and I love REM and I love Peter Buck, and I was like, I just want a Rickenbacker. And this is everything on Hints Allegations, our first, which really in a band, it was just me making demos, but every guitar was played on this.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. And what a pleasure to get to chat with you.
Thank you for your time. You're awesome.
Hey there. Thanks for watching Access TV. Subscribe, follow, like, and do all the good stuff. And make sure you leave a comment below. I don't know, just let us know what your favorite Access TV show is, or who your favorite bands are, and what artists you're into, or just say hi, man. I like to be told hi. We love hearing from you. That's the point, all right? Keep it coming.